is Hunter.
Welcome back to the fannISh podcast, or if you're new here, welcome to episode 4, Cosplay. It's sometimes dismissed as just people dressing up like fictional characters, but if you spend even a little time inside the community, it quickly becomes obvious that cosplay is about much more than just costumes. It's about performance, identity, craftsmanship, transformation, fantasy, belonging, and sometimes exclusion. The moment someone puts on a costume, all kinds of questions pop to the surface. Questions about authenticity, ownership, race, gender, body type, sexuality, canon, creativity, and who is allowed to embody that character in the first place. And those conversations can become surprisingly intense. Why do some fans insist cosplay should be screen accurate, while others see cosplay as an act of interpretation and self-expression? What happens when fandom spaces that are supposed to be full of joy and creativity become hostile or exclusionary? What does it feel like as a person of color to be called the black version of a character, or the fat version, or the trans version? But don't get me wrong, cosplaying is not all conflict and drama. It can, and many would argue should be, incredibly freeing. It can allow people to experiment with identity, artistry, and gender presentation. It can create community. It can help people feel seen inside fandoms where they may not have originally seen themselves represented at all. Today's episode explores all those tensions. So in this conversation, I'm speaking with Shania Anderson, our social media manager, right here on the School of Interdisciplinary Studies marketing team. She's a cosplayer who spent years thinking critically about representation in fandom. She's joining us today to talk about race in anime and gaming fandoms, the experience of being treated as the black version of a character, the complicated conversations around accuracy versus creativity in cosplay, gender-bending characters, a toxic fandom behavior, and the very real emotional consequences these communities can sometimes have. We also discuss the tragic passing of a black cosplayer whose final act sparked larger conversations about harassment, racism, and gatekeeping within fandom culture online. But like I said, this episode isn't just about conflict. It's also about why people cosplay in the first place and why fandom matters deeply to people. Fictional characters can become part of how we understand ourselves, which is why representation matters in fandom more than many people realize. Cosplay exists at a fascinating crossroads between fiction and reality. It's a way for fans to not just consume stories, but physically inhabit them. So the reactions people get from other fans when they cosplay can reveal a lot about the culture surrounding those stories and about us. So today, we're exploring fandom, creativity, identity, and representation through the lens of cosplay culture. Before we begin, if you enjoy conversations about fandom, media, and pop culture, please like, subscribe, and follow the fannISh podcast. We release new episodes once a month featuring students, staff, faculty, and alumni from UT Dallas. And every episode explores a different fandom, subculture, or cultural phenomenon. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening. Let's go to our conversation on representation in cosplay with Shania Anderson.
Everybody, it's Shania. There's a couple of comments that I made throughout the podcast that were not accurate, so I went in and put that correct information within the video. You will hear and that will be visually shown on the screen where the correct information is.
So we are here with Shania Anderson. Shania is our social media manager. She is also the producer of this podcast. So she is basically, while she's being interviewed, she's also running sound and kind of like also running the camera sort of with help from Eva. So she's multitasking right now. So before we get started talking about cosplay, tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and why you got into cosplay in the first place.
For me, I was a nerd back in middle school. So I had discovered anime through Netflix watching Black Butler or in High School Host Club. So those are the first two that I started with. I already knew about Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, but those don't really count. Like, everybody watched those. So I was watching Black Butler, and CL, Sebastian, and The Undertaker was like my first 3 favorite characters. And I really, really wanted to do it because I had found this one girl. At first, I wasn't as confident. Let's say that. I wasn't as confident. And I had seen this one girl. She cosplayed Hinata from Haiku when I was in middle school. And I was like, oh, black girls can do this? Okay, if we can do it and we can look good, I'm going to do it. So my first character was just a background character. Nothing special. I just wanted to try the makeup. I wanted to try the wig. The next one I did was Gender Bend Undertaker. So I made him the girl version. And I wore a complete black, like gothic Lolita dress and gray wig with a nice little bang. Makeup was questionable, but it was good. I will put a picture because I have pictures, so I'll add it on here as well. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, for someone like me who is just really ignorant about this topic and has never been to a convention or anything like this, I want you to tell me, like, to you, what is cosplay and what are people missing when they think about it as just dressing up?
Okay. We're going to have to take it back.
Sure.
So the very first even word to coin that term, it was costume and play or role playing. It was, I have notes on this actually, I'm going to butcher the name. Takahashi, and I'm going to butcher the last name, Nobuyuki. He went to San Diego Comic-Con back in 1984, and he seen that people actually took the characters and was like, oh, we can wear the costumes and created them themselves. So they created their even own characters, not just dressing up as the actual, I guess, characters themselves. They just wanted to be part of Star Trek or Star Wars. And he took that, wrote about it, and put costume play. And then it just got shortened to cosplay by like the 1990s.
Okay. When you personally pick a character, and we're going to talk about the one that you have on
Yes.
right now.
Oh my God.
What, before we get to this one specifically, are you more drawn to like, I want to, like, is it how they look? Is it the whole personality and how it feels to you?
Okay, so each character with certain hair types, they have a personality type. So most characters with orange hair will act a certain way. Most characters with white hair have a certain like type. They're a little bit different, but the personality is pretty much the same because you just categorize them that way. I tend to lean towards anybody that has white hair. And it goes back to Storm. X-Men Storm.
We're going to talk about Storm.
Yeah. So it goes back to Storm. And those are my type of characters. And then any that, like, for me, stands up for their friends. So, like, Killua, Hunter x Hunter, Mirako. She fights to a point where, spoiler alert, like, she rips her own arm off. She rips both of her legs off fighting Anobu just to protect the high school students, because there's literally middle school and high school students fighting villains that are trying to kill people. So she's a top already number five fighter, and she has to protect them and everybody else in, you know, the world. Yeah. So yeah, characters like that, that's when I tend to like go towards.
So let's just skip to Miracle.
Okay.
So I found this character. I mean, I did not know her name. So when you came in and told me, I just immediately like speed researched her.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I noticed is this extremely powerful body that is so different from so many delicate, like, female anime characters. So was that one of the reasons why you were drawn to her?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Like that's literally like my goal for this year for 2026. It literally on my dream goal is Mirako's body. Cause yeah, you can look curvy, but like I have muscle mommy on it.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then she's a bunny, so all of her strength is in her legs anyway. So it's like, and she's based off of Megan Thee Stallion.
Are you
like,
serious?
No, yeah. Oh. Yes. She's the person that created My Hero Academia. He literally took it upon himself and drew her as Megan Thee Stallion. She's like literally made like Megan Thee Stallion, and she's just 5'3", because I'm 5'3", and she's based off of just her. So yeah.
So not only is she muscular, but she's also one of the few like darker skinned, non-white coated female anime characters.
It's arguable because it's never quite confirmed, but because she's based off of Megan Thee Stallion, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my thing is they lighten her skin tone color in the show. And then most people, when they draw her, they lighten her as well. So she's really brown toned. I even remember, like, I'm not one of those type of people that takes, I don't take the internet seriously. So when I did my Miracle cosplay, and I had posted on X at the time when it was Twitter, they argued me down. Miracle's not black, she's Hispanic. I was like, hold on, wait. Okay, I can questionable that. And then they were like, no, she's actually white. They even took her character, redrew her as pale skin, blonde hair, blue eyes. And the only thing that I have a problem with is I'm not wearing red contacts right now, but she has red eyes. So you are completely just taking all of her whole identity out in the first place to make her fit the perception that you want. And I argued them down. They started like cussing me out in Spanish. Excuse me, you don't know me. So I found my friend at the time, her grandma. Me and the grandma was cussing the person out on Twitter. You're not going to fight with me on this. Like, you're not going to do that.
So, I mean, there is this idea, I guess some people have, that there's certain characters that are off limits because of your race, your body, your gender, whatever. And so I'm curious, although I can kind of tell already, like, what your take is on that.
I think, honestly, you can cosplay whoever you want. Because clearly there's not that many black-coded characters. Like, we have black-coded characters are usually green. Piccolo. He's like the black-coded character in the show. Piccolo. I'm trying to remember who else is black-coded. There's a lot. I can probably put some in the edits, but there's a lot of black-coded characters that they turn green or turn into an alien.
So you have been told at some point, directly or indirectly, to your face,
I'm too dark. I'm the black version. I shouldn't be cosplaying this person. To a point where, actually, I'm glad you brought this up. I'm going to look in this camera when I say this. Do not bully somebody because they're black or darker skin, because there are literally cosplayers that are killing themselves. Like Ash, what's her name? Ash Baby? Yeah, Ash Baby, 20 years old. She committed suicide because of how bad and how nasty she was getting comments about her skin, and how she did like Apothecary Diaries Momo, or she did some of the video game characters. Yeah, this is not the first one, and this won't be the last, but she's the first one that got even immediate attention on social media.
So it seems to me that, like, saying you can't play a character because you're black or brown or whatever is just like, it's almost like a way to make racism acceptable.
Yeah.
Because instead of saying, or acceptable to them.
Yeah.
Because instead of just saying, oh, I don't like you because you're black, or I don't like black people, you're saying like, oh,
You can't do it.
you can't do it because it's the character.
Yeah, and then sometimes they're like, well, we don't do yours, which is kind of a lie, because we have tons of blackface situations happening in the anime community, but there is some cosplayers that do cosplay black characters, which is like, I can't remember the name of it. It just came out. I haven't watched it, but she respects black culture so well, and I really appreciate the way she represents us in the anime, that I just recently seen an Asian character do, like, he had locks. She was like, I can't do locks because that's towards black people. What she did was bubble braids. So it's still, you still knew who that character was. You can see the costume, but she adapted in a way that made it acceptable, which is perfectly fine. And as long as I can cosplay a character and I'm not being disrespectful, I think it's perfectly fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you choose a different hair texture for this character, for like purposely, or was it more like I don't feel like wearing that other wig today?
Well, two reasons. I have braids under this. This is the only wig that's probably gonna cover it. If I wore the straight wig, you can definitely, it would be bulky. Second, I did do it for a reason because it's like you can still see who I am.
Yeah.
Even though I can take this character and make her have curly hair, because if she is black, there's a possibility she have curly hair. Exactly. And it would look just like this. So I took it upon myself to do it like that. Yeah.
So kind of a two-part question, but
Yeah.
why do fans feel so entitled to judge other people's cosplay? And as a whole, do you think the community is more supportive or more competitive?
I would say, repeat the first question again.
Why do fans feel entitled to judge other people's cosplay?
I think it's because of they take it and they see that character as part of their identity. So it's part of also the reason why I dress up as Mirako. Like, she's a 5'3" muscular character. And okay, so let's also talk about the psychology of Mirako really quickly. Okay. Out of everybody in the show, everybody has a predator. If it's an animal, it's a predator, right? Shark, octopus, you can even use it. Typically, most of the heroes are predators, which means they have a lot attack base powers, right? Mirako's the only prey. She's the only bunny, but she's the only one that's like actually fighting, and she came up to be like the 5th. So when it comes to like the psychology of it, she's the only bunny, which means any situation that she's in, she's already an immediate threat, animalistic instinct wise. And most bunnies will get aggressive to a point where animal instinct wise, they will chop off their own leg if they have to get away or if they have to fight. Or they will use their legs to like hit something so hard that it gets like blunt force trauma. They're actually really aggressive animals, bunnies in itself. So it would make sense that she would be a hero. Yeah. But it's also her weakness that she's also a prey, if it makes sense. Yeah. So I take it on myself as like she took that as her weakness, turned that into a power, and then she helped others for it.
Got it. Mm-hmm. So would you say, like, as a whole, so if someone else feels that same connection to this character and they see you do it in a way they don't agree with, they're going to come for you, maybe. Maybe,
yeah, because Starfire, again, I can bring up Starfire. That character there, or modern pop culture, Ariel, Haley Bailey, when she did Ariel, they didn't care about Disney characters at first. Random people did not care about Disney characters. The little kids didn't even care. They somehow started talking about the mythology and the scientific logic that mermaids can't be brown. But actually, if you think about it, if we're talking about deep sea creatures, most deep sea creatures are dark skinned because at the bottom, they don't have sunlight. So technically, if we want to talk about it, mermaids can be black, but not like brownish, but black.
I just started having an argument with my boyfriend last night because he was like, zombies aren't fast. And I was like, zombies aren't real. Like, if a dead person can be walking around, then why do you draw the line at going fast? You know what I mean? It's like, if there's going to be a mermaid, mermaids aren't real. Yeah. So, like, why are you going to be like, oh, well,
I guess mermaid. It depends also how the zombie virus starts. Like, if they're actually dead, then they're slow. But if they're a virus.
But it's like, come on, it's a movie, bro. Like, calm down.
Yeah, they take it too seriously. Because even, like, I would say, I can't even say Tenjin, because there's too many, like, gender bend characters. All the names are like escaping me. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Oh my goodness, they perceive them. You can perceive them as like almost indigenous, but they take it, and most people perceive them as white. Most of the animes are in Japan, so they're Asian.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to be technical, you're not doing it correctly either.
Exactly.
Like, so I think as long as you're being respectful, I think it's fine. You can add your own, because what about people that have disabilities and they're cosplaying? You can't just be like, no, you can't have your wheelchair. Like, that makes no sense.
And then you get into topics like body shaming, gender identity,
Yeah.
homophobia. Do you feel like the community in general is pretty accepting and welcoming, or do you think that it's still kind of like a bit more of a competitive place?
I would say, because I also talk about that in the paper. I think the co-culture theory with assimilation, accommodation, and separation. So there's three things that happens within like conventions, and just anime community in general. Either you assimilate, which is most conventions. You go, you don't want to like try to stand out as much. But I think now in this day and age, people are not as harsh. Back in the day, it was a little bit harsher. But like even now, people are a little bit more accepting. So I have a video where I'm just like, I miss cosplaying. Like I hadn't cosplayed in like 3 years, and I miss going to conventions. Like I love going in, and I don't know this person, but they're wearing a Raven costume, and I'm wearing Starfire. We're gonna take a picture, duh, because we're a pair. So I think that love and support is there in conventions, but there's also the bad apples that are like also make it bad. So like the sexual assault, or which is hashtag cosplay. Cosplay is not consent. And then also race. So like my very first convention, I was in freshman year. So I was 15, 16. Bald guy came up to me, Undertaker, literally starts yelling at me. Yeah. And I'm like, sir, I'm a child. Like, you're yelling at me. I don't know what you want from me. Why are you yelling at me about this character? It's really not that serious. So yeah, I think that, and then accommodation would be, I would say accommodation. I have it in the notes. It's morely like Instagram. You have to like, in Instagram what the algorithm wants. They're not going to push me compared to if you cosplay. They're not. The algorithm's going to push yours, and we can work 10 times as hard. There's cosplayers that I know that has been working their butt off for 10 years, and they're just now getting the success that I think they deserve. And because the algorithm doesn't push it, so you have to accommodate. So sometimes they push, I don't even want to bring like sex work into it. And then they push that because sometimes that is just how you get the likes, in which you get PR and you get money, which do your thing. But it's also the fact that we shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to sexualize myself for you to be like, you did that cosplay well, for me to get likes. And then separation. I think now more in this generation, like DreamCon. DreamCon was done by like Breeley and Black streamers that came together for like the anime community, video game community, and it's just one big convention for African American people and just Black people to come together and just nerd out. And I have never seen that many Black people when I went to DreamCon, and it was so accepting. They were mixing in the Naruto outro with Lean With It, Rock With It. I loved it. It was like my community with anime, and I was just,
Where
I love
is
it.
it?
It's usually in Dallas, but they just switched it to Houston because it's a bigger convention.
So I did run across that phrase, cosplay is not consent.
Yeah.
And I was like, why does that have to be a thing? That's weird. So do you think female cosplayers just in general experience fandom differently
Absolutely.
than male cosplayers? Yeah.
Just the anime characters, the female anime characters, look what they wear.
Yeah.
How, like, the reason why I'm not wearing Miriko's actual hero suit is not appropriate for school and work.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this instead because, I have to. But they will have Mitsuri. I've cosplayed her. She has a big cutout in her chest. So that's not appropriate in most places. But they see that and they think, oh, because I have an attachment to that character, you're cosplaying that character, oh, you're that character. And then it comes like that weird parasocial thing. They think they can just touch you. Yeah. Yeah. They think they can just touch you. And luckily, in the recent years, it's gotten a little bit better, but there's still incidents where, like, I can't remember, Twitch streamer, she was cosplaying, she was having like a meet and greet, and then some guys like bum rushed her and started just touching all over her, and they had to get her out of there. Yeah. And that was like, what, 1 or 2 years ago.
Have you ever hesitated to cosplay a character because of how people might react to what you're wearing, your body? Have you ever had to modify something? I mean, obviously today.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like the leotards. I wear double stockings. I don't like not having any type of nothing because it's something's gonna slip. Like I don't want nothing to pop out. I don't want anything to come out. So I like wear tights. Some people don't, respect to them, but I wear like 2 things of tights if it's like a leotard. Mitri, I didn't really fix that. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, like you have to change some of them in order for your comfort level. Some of them is like completely like risque, but some people can do it well. Like when Naruto turns into a girl and she's basically kind of completely naked other than the clouds. You gotta get comfortable with that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not comfortable like that, but most people can. I can't do it.
Let's talk about Storm.
Yeah.
So,
Has it hit 30 minutes yet? Oh, okay.
So, I grew up with X-Men, the 90s, right?
Yes.
Grew up with X-Men, loved X-Men, and Storm was my favorite. So, when you told me that you like to cosplay Storm, I
haven't done her yet, actually.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
I know, because I specifically want to. There's a specific Storm that I want that I cannot find done correctly. And I'm short, so I have to do it myself anyway. I have to sew it. So I have not done her yet. I have to do her justice. So I haven't done
But
her
you
yet.
want to.
Yeah. No, that's the goal. I want to learn how to like make the swords and make my own like ears and stuff like that. Cause this is a talent. Like I bought this. This is money. Like I did this because I didn't want the flimsy one. Because I cosplay her so much, I wanted something quality and it actually looks like ears. So yeah.
What drew you to Storm? Why do you like her?
Like I said, I was already a nerd, so like I was into Yu-Gi-Oh, and then I think I was watching TV and like the X-Men cartoons had popped up, and I was like, oh okay, Wolverine's cool. Okay, I guess these characters are fine. These are like every other character I've seen. Then Storm popped up. And again, I guess representation does matter because I seen her. She was dark skinned too. And I was like, wait, hold on. Black people can have white hair? Like, black people can like have powers? And she was like an Omega leveled, like, superhero. Like she's also a goddess. Yeah. Like if depending on what comic you're reading, she's a goddess. Like she's from the thing. If you pray to her, she gets powerful. She gets even more powerful, but she's also an X-Man because she's also a mutant. And then she marries Black Panther, which is like, come on now. And just her in general really just was like for me, I love her so much that I'm wearing white hair to my wedding. I'm getting married in white hair, and I've been saying that since middle school. My parents know, my family knows. There's no talking me out of it. They have already tried. I've been saying it since middle school. I am 27 now. I'm getting married in white hair. I don't care. Like
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had kind of the same reaction. I was like, okay, this is cool, all these characters, and then Storm.
Even like Phoenix. I love Phoenix. Yeah. I love Phoenix. Rogue.
I did like Rogue.
Kiki Palmer cosplayed Rogue for Halloween.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Good. Wow. She did her. There was a couple other. Of course, Megan Thee Stallion did so many. She did Soul Eater, Death the Kid. She did that one. That one was really good.
I want to talk about gender. Mm-hmm. So, you mentioned one of your first cosplays was Undertaker.
Yeah.
And this was like a crossplay. So I'm wondering, do you feel like cosplay gives people a safe or safer space to sort of explore gender identity, or do you feel like it's the opposite and it kind of makes you a target?
I would say both. Because there's tons of people in the convention that are, well, hold on. Even with Instagram, most cosplayers that you think are men are actually women. The really good ones are actually women. They put on the breast, like male breastplate. How many times we have? Okay. Yes, they put on the breastplate. And then most men will dress up in like maid outfits at the conventions. So, but even in my survey for my class, for my capstone, men felt like they were overlooked. Women felt like they had to have the perfect body to fit in. They felt like they couldn't be super, super thin because, most anime are super curvy, like hourglass figure, or unrealistic, like One Piece, very unrealistic thin waist. You can't cosplay that. But you also get targeted if you don't look good. You have to be attractive. That's just society. And men feel like they're overlooked because everybody wants to look at a woman being attractive. So they feel like even with regular society, they just feel like they're not part of it. They can't get the same success as a woman. And women feel like it's a gift and a curse. Like, yes, I'm pretty, I can cosplay, but I get sexual harassment on top of it. I also get men talking to me online like, oh, you're the fat version of this, the same way they say you're the black version of this. And it's like, you can't say that. Like, they'll point out your roles. They'll point out like stretch marks. They'll be like, you can't cosplay her. Your butt's too big. Like, yeah.
Who are these people? When you say they, who are these
Trolls,
people?
like people online. It's really people online. You will never go to a convention, and I don't think that will happen. At a convention, you will get ganged up on. There's too much acceptance at a convention itself. And in person, no, that's not gonna slide. Online, that's where you get it at, and that's why Ash Baby like passed away. Like they were the reason. They were saying like her parents said like she was getting an influx of DMs of calling her a monkey, telling her that she needed to die, that she needed to do all this. So yeah, she ended up just passing away, and it tore the black community for anime up, like black anime community up.
Okay, so Mirko's personality, she's fearless, right? She's intense. And
yeah, she's a go-getter.
I'm wondering if you choose characters because you're like, oh my gosh, that's so much like me, or do you choose them because they represent something you don't feel in real life?
Both.
Both.
I would say when I was younger, it was confidence. So I chose like Undertaker. Oh, I was a little weird kid though. So like, I like that he was a little creepy. He was a mortician guy. And he talked about like dead things and kept like dead plants and stuff like that. But like for him, I wrote down something. Killua, he comes from a very dysfunctional family, but like he still protects his friends and like found family. Storm, just everything about Storm, her whole personality. I like Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I like Azula. I can understand both of them. And then like characters that I feel like I can be more of. That's why I wear it, like Mirko. And then characters that I feel like, I identify with them is like Killua. Like I just identify with them. So I think it's like a definition of both. But like most people, they do both as well. Like it's really just a thing of what these characters represent to them. Like you see these characters and you see them constantly fighting. Like in One Piece, it's about injustice. Actually, because I haven't watched One Piece, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Making friends, protecting those that you love and that is oppressed, chasing your dreams because he wants to be the king of pirates, and then found family. Like that's the whole theme of One Piece. So all the kids that felt like they were introvert or that they were shy, they found themselves in anime. The same way like people find themselves in like Sherlock Holmes with like the Myers Bridge, or they find themselves in some like RuPaul characters. Like, we can identify with Juicy Love Dion, or dang, I'm trying to think of, I watch so many, like Juicy or others. Like, it's just really like who you feel like you connect with. Yeah.
I want to ask about the line between like accuracy
The quality.
interpretation. Like, do you ever feel pressure to match a character
Absolutely.
exactly?
Yeah. That's why I said it bothers me. I don't have red contacts anymore. She needs red contacts because that's her character. So it bothers me a lot that I'm not wearing contacts that are red. I try to be as accurate as possible, but with my own interpretation. It's just who, like, that's personally for me. But others, like, they take Sailor Moon and they take, like, their Mexican culture and then they blend it. So there's one convention that I found that she took, like, Egyptian and she took Sailor Moon and she had, like, a Ankh. And there's one I seen Sailor Moon and Storm. And I was like, I didn't even know you could combine characters like that. So it really just depends on you. But on social media, they like accuracy. Like as quick, like as accurate as you can have it, try to do it. And then if not, they're going to bring up the fat version, the black version. Oh, you're doing it wrong. Oh, the hair color is wrong. Oh, you're not the same height. Oh, da 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 da. But the thing is it's coming from mostly men. Those type of comments are coming from mostly men. And then in my survey, all the women said that most of their positive feedback are coming from other women.
Because you don't match their
ideology,
sexual fantasy.
Yeah, they have a parasocial. That's what I say. It's a very limited thing. Like, I feel connected to Mirko, but I'm not gonna cuss somebody out because they're cosplaying her and they're not black. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or somebody can cuss me out because I'm wearing curly hair today instead of her normal white hair, straight white hair. But I really just think it really just depends on you. It really just depends on you. And the community is, like I said, conventions are a little bit nicer. Social media is not so much. Social media is not kind.
Well, is it ever? Like, it's that's where people kind. Just go to be their worst.
Yeah. It's because they also, like, same way they do with celebrities, they dehumanize. They see it as a caricature. And they forget, like, we're actual human beings. Like, I'm just cosplaying a character. This is not who I am. Like, I'm Shania after this. Like, when I take this wig off, I got braids on. And I got to work here at the IS. Like, I'm not fighting Nobus. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like, I don't know how to even address this. Because the same with, like, Kyle, how they said with, like, the Joker. It's, media literacy is dead. Like, there's people that are saying that like One Piece, but they're for ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like, the whole point is not to, like, you're supposed to fight against oppression, but you're liking something. Media literacy is too low. It's too low now. I don't understand it. Yeah.
I mean, there's a million examples of that. Like, how are you into this and you don't see the parallel in everyday life?
Yeah.
So what do you wish people understood about cosplay that you just feel like most people don't get?
It's literally just a hobby. Like, it's a hobby. Some people make money off of this, which is absolutely, like, I wish I could make money off of this. And then some people make, like, they make whole careers off of this. Like, King Vader. He used to just make silly videos with, like, sucky anime effects. And now he looks like he's doing cinematography, like full-blown nice fight scenes as in, like, a movie. So he took his hobby and turned it into a career that he just, a cute little phase that most people think, and now it became popular, and now he's actually, like, doing his thing.
And by the way, it's an expensive hobby.
Oh my!
We haven't even talked about how much people spend.
Okay, so when I used to have 32 wigs. I used to have a lot of cosplays. I had to throw some of them away. I have Funko Pops. I have figurines. I have books. I'm a collector. I'm maximalist. I at least dropped $8,000 on everything.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ears,
Yeah.
tails, clothes, right? Shoes,
Wigs, nice wigs. The
makeup,
time
and
you have to take.
and
Yeah.
energy.
Yes.
Especially if you're sewing or, putting stuff together. Yeah.
And most people do competitions. So you have to, you get the highest score if you make all your stuff. That's like the whole point of joining like a cosplay competition. You try to be as accurate as you can, but in a way that's like creative, and they can still like count you points off or count you points on for it. It really just depends on the judges.
And so when you say people turn this into a career, they make money. How do they make their money?
Social media. It's social media. You can go to conventions. They do like podcasts and stuff too. Some people like
So it's like the influencer model.
basically kind of like I know Cutie Pie Sensei. I've been following her for a while. Cutie Pie Sensei, she started off there, and I seen her at a convention. I think I seen her at DreamCon actually. And she get paid to like show up and like help judge like costumes, because she also had a deal with Sci-Fi. She had like an episode where she taught how to like sew and do like the weapons with like foam and stuff like that. So you can definitely turn it into a career, but it's a long way.
Sure.
It's a long journey to end up doing it. I don't know how long she's been doing it, but
it's also a young person's game. Like there probably aren't a lot of characters for older people.
no, there are.
Really?
Yeah. No,
People
like
keep doing this into their 40s, 50s.
absolutely. Yeah. Like there's older people that they're still dressed up like Storm. Like they just dress up as if Storm is like 80, but it's still in her costume. Yeah. You can have all of now you can cosplay Avatar, because now they're 20 and something years old. So now we know what Zuko looks like as a grown man. So sorry.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah. The fan edit, I'll play it. But they have that. People still do like Ben 10. That's like an old Cartoon Network show. Monster High. Scooby-Doo. Kim Possible. Castlevania. Sailor Moon. Percy Jackson. Danny Phantom. Teen Titans. People still do it way into, they're high schoolers. And people are still doing it until their early 30s, 40s. Yeah.
So, two like broader questions.
Yeah.
At its best, what can cosplay do for a person?
It's a safe space. It helps you shift into an identity that makes you feel good. It's a community that brings you together, that you are complete strangers, but because we have this shared common interest and we're participating in it, we're cool for the day. I don't ever have to see you again, but we just had this shared experience that just made it all the while. So like, even if I cosplay Mirko, usually they have like fan meetups where everybody that dressed up like My Hero Academia characters will go and meet up at a spot, and we will hang out and take pictures and do like TikToks and take one big group photo. Mm-hmm. So now you're like seeing other people that have that shared interest, and then I'm never gonna fault another person that's wearing the same costume. We're both Mirko right now, and we both look great, so let's take a picture together.
So one of the things that I've been learning about in like therapy is how much of our personalities and choices are dictated or framed by feeling safe when you come from childhood trauma.
Yeah.
And so I have kind of been exploring that for myself. Like, I think one of the reasons why I got into theater and acting is because it was a barrier between me and the world, right? Like it was safer.
I'm a theater kid. Yeah. No, I'm a theater kid. That's why I got into cosplay.
Yeah. So it's interesting when you say it's a safe space.
For me, it's a mask. So I used it as, even when I was in theater, it was good to put on somebody else's mask, somebody else's face, and be somebody else for the day. Or at least for the 2 hours that I am this character on stage. Like, it really is. It really just is. I'm not Shania. I'm Shania in Mirko, but to me, when I go to a convention, it feels good, especially for little kids. Like, there was a girl that came up to me. She looked like she was maybe like 8 or 9. She came up to me and she was like, "Oh my God, Miracle!" Came up and gave me the biggest hug. And I was just like, my heart. I'm never going to deny her dream. So I just took pictures with her and I was like, oh my gosh, like, just know, like, you can do this too. Like, I'm not actually her, but like, girl, you can be her. Yeah. Like, you don't have to. So like, those are like the moments that I really enjoy at conventions. Mm-hmm.
So if someone's listening and feels like they're not right or not the type to play whoever they want to, they're too black, they're too old, they're too fat, they're too male, female, whatever, like what would you say to them right now?
Why are you going to deny yourself happiness in this present moment? Like, why are you doing it? Like, I'm doing this because it makes me happy. Like, I got bullied for it. My family didn't understand it at the time. They were like, this is a phase. Clearly it's not a phase. I'm 27 and I still do this. And it makes me happy. So why not? Why? Like, why are you denying yourself that happiness? Like, why are you not living in this moment? Because you're going to be, 50? Anything could happen. And then you probably won't be able to have the ability to do this. Why not do it now? And then you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. I already get stared at. Why not give them something to stare at? Mm-hmm. So I have no problem walking around with a white wig. We're going to do this when we go to the restaurant today. Like, I'm not going to have an issue. I might take the ears off, but I might keep the wig on.
You should. What else do you want to talk about before fannISh 5? Oh,
my goodness. I have so many notes. I wasn't quite sure. I think we did most of it. Separation. We talked about most of it. Yeah. Oh, I can list who my favorite cosplay characters are.
That's a good one.
I mean, my cosplayers that I like. Yeah.
So are those two separate questions?
Cosplayers.
Cosplayers? Okay,
yeah.
So
yeah.
Who are your favorite cosplayers?
So I have Hollow-Coated, Cutie Pie Sensei, Snickerdoodle Chan, Sunflower Samurai, I Am Christina Aid, I hope that I'm saying that right, Foxtree, Rhina Goddess, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Jahara Jade, and then Summer DRU, and I have to give it to Ashley Baby too. So
what do they have in common, or why them?
They're all like black cosplayers. Like Cutie Pie Sensei for sure. I've seen some of her stuff. She's really good. She did Shadow. She has a really nice Shadow cosplay. I followed her for a while. She does a really good even Link. Like she cosplays a lot of like the Link video games. Legend of Zelda. That's the name. Mm-hmm. She does a lot. I really like her. Just don't bully. Like, please don't take this seriously. Like, it's unfortunate that she had to pass away, that she felt like that was her only choice. Because I get that worry, because I get it too. But no one should ever feel that way. I really just don't want people to be rude, because I know how good this community can be, but I also know how bad it is. So, like, even with the K-pop community, we have to chill out on that. Like, that's also a big thing, is, like, lightening the skin tone colors of K-pop artists. Like, some of them are, like, really dark, and they will, like, V, he's really dark-skinned, and they used to, in his earlier career, lighten his skin tone color in the photos. No, like, just stop, just take it as it is. Let's stop being mean to each other, and let's just have fun. It really is just supposed to be a safe community. That's all I want. This makes me happy, so it should make y'all happy, and nobody should like pass away for it.
It's not that serious.
It's not that serious. It really isn't. We're all trying to have fun.
People don't think about what they're saying online. It's a problem.
It's really the separation of like, I'm writing this on the thing. They're not sitting next to me, but you're not thinking about like, this can be your cousin, this can be your aunt, this can be your sister, this can be your brother. Like, you don't know, and you're saying these really hurtful things. Like, I shouldn't be called a monkey. Like, I really shouldn't be called a monkey. We know this is wrong by now. It's 2026. And you shouldn't call me the monkey version of something. Yes. Yes. God. Yes. Yes. But it's not going to deter me from not doing it. Like, it really isn't. We're just going to fight, and I'm going to troll back. So, yeah.
So disgusting.
You're going to talk about me. I'm going to pull up your profile picture. So now we can talk about it.
There's that one girl that I watch who finds their mugshots.
Yeah.
She immediately, and then she does like a screen record of her just like finding this horrible comment from some man and then immediately going and finding his mugshot and like posting it in the comments. And I'm like, oh, it's
Yes, please.
it is so.
We need to bring back shame.
We
Public,
really do.
public humiliation. For
Okay.
memes.
fannISh 5?
fannISh 5.
Okay.
Even though I probably already answered most of these questions.
You might have, but we're going to do it anyway.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Number 1. What was your first fandom?
I'm gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna do anime. If we're gonna talk about actual like fandom of something, I would say either BBC Sherlock Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch or Supernatural because I was a fan for 14 years. Or no, for the first 14 seasons. The 15th season I hated. And I had the backpack. I wanted the tattoo of the pentacle with the wings. I mean, Die Hard, Jensen Ackles. Like, I'm glad that he's about to be Batman. I might switch teams. And then it was also Hannibal.
The TV show?
Yeah.
Okay, so huge fan of the BBC Sherlock Holmes with Benedict Cumberbatch. First of
Yeah.
all, I had a bumper sticker on my car.
Yeah, I was a John Locke.
Yeah,
I was a John Locke girly.
I am Sherlocked. I had
Yeah.
a bumper sticker. Great show.
It was amazing.
It still holds up.
Yeah. I rewatched it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Criminal Minds.
I've never
RuPaul's
seen
Drag
Criminal
Race.
Minds, but I did watch Hannibal. I watched Sherlock all the way through like 3 times. I watched Hannibal all the way through twice. It's intense.
I love it.
It's very
I'm
good.
a dark mind, horror, psychological girly.
Yeah.
That was my thing. So
And
Hannibal
I had
was
loved the books, and so I really found the new take on it interesting, and it was really well done and perfect guy who played Hannibal, Mads Mikkelsen. He was so good. Oh my god. Anyway, interesting. Okay, great. Number 2, what's your comfort media? What do you watch or consume, listen to, read, whatever when you just want to like feel cozy?
Oh, I think I already said some of these. Princess and the Frog, Criminal Minds. I'll put on Soul Eater again. Hunter x Hunter is one of them. Books, Percy Jackson. I grew up on that. I thought I was in the Hades camp, but I guess I've switched teams to a different camp, maybe. And then Greek mythology.
Okay.
Yeah, documentaries about Greek mythology.
Okay, this is one of my faves. If you could spend a day inside any fictional world, what would it be?
All of them are kind of bad. So if I can get powers, I'll do Soul Eater, because I don't know if I would be a weapon or a Meister, but I would love to see it.
Okay. What is a fandom that you really do not get?
I already said what, brownies? Dang. Back in the day, Tumblr days, when I was writing fan fiction and on Tumblr and on Wattpad and AO3, the people that was like overly obsessed with like these Zodiac characters, they were just terrible people. Like, like
Zodiac characters.
so like they are the personification, kind of like dramatic, really bad personifications of the Zodiacs.
Is it in a show or just in general?
Is it a show? I don't even remember. It's just a fandom. Like they have like black, grayish skin. They have like striped colors. Some of them have horns. I can put a picture up if I find it, but I hated that when I was younger. I hated the community. They were just all terrible people. Okay. They were just terrible people.
And now my favorite question. What has been your cringiest moment?
I have so many. Like I said, I
As
am
a fan, obviously.
fan fiction writer. I had a body pillow of Bakugo. I had I have so many crushes on anime men. Like I said, Zuka, and most of my personality is cringe. I still run in the Naruto pose at 27 years old.
I feel like that's enough. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I love that you.
I have many. Body pillow might be top.
Yeah. You're cringe, but you're free.
Yeah.
Got it. Anything else you want to add before we shut this?
No.
Anything you're gonna look back and be like, I meant to say that.
Not really. I don't know. I really don't. No.
Amazing interview. Thank you for joining us.
Perfect. Thank you.
That was great.